Something in the Shrouded Sky update is secretly ruining shields. The best free skin in the game just dropped, and somehow the paid skin in the store is worse. Yeah, we need to talk. If you play Arc Raiders, this update changes how you survive storms, fight AI, and build your loadout, and one mechanic might actually make shields borderline pointless. Let's break down everything that matters fast. By the end of this video, you'll know what the Shrouded Sky event really changes, why the new Surgeon Raider deck is insanely good, what got nerfed and why players are mad, and the biggest survival mistake people are making in Hurricanes. And trust me, that last one is costing players gear. Shrouded Sky introduces dynamic hurricane storms across the map. Not just visual, not just atmosphere. These storms actively damage your shield over time. So if you enter a hurricane thinking your build will carry you, it won't. Your shield drains continuously while inside, meaning you're burning through shield resources just to exist. And here's the wild part. If shields constantly drain in storms, why even bring one into the mode? Seriously, you'll chew through shield charges so fast that your survival now depends more on movement and positioning than equipment. This update quietly shifts the meta toward mobility builds. That's a huge gameplay change most players haven't realized yet. The update also adjusted enemy encounters and loot pacing during storm events. More pressure, more chaos, higher risk movement zones. And several weapons and gear pieces got balancing tweaks, including nerfs to some overperforming tools that players were leaning on too hard. Low-tier weapons that were outperforming higher-tier options now get nerfed to bring their time to kill, TTK, more in line with the rest of the arsenal, and a couple of underused weapons actually receive buffs to make them more competitive. The Stitcher, which was dominating close-quarters duels, has its headshot multiplier reduced from 2.5x to 1.75x. Its base damage lowered from 7 to 6.5, and its per-shot dispersion increased by around 50%, meaning it blooms much faster and is less consistent at higher fire rates. That combination should slow down its effectiveness in panic spray fights and reward more controlled fire instead. The Kettle, another often picked semi-auto, also sees a nerf with its base damage dropping from 10 to 8.5, steering it away from close-range domination while still keeping headshots rewarding. The Venator gets another round of tuning after being a top PvP choice. Its headshot multiplier drops from 2.5x to 2x, and base damage goes from 9 to 8, aiming to reduce its ability to delete opponents too quickly and balance its mid-range performance. On the buff side, the Jupiter Sniper Rifle gets quality of life and usability improvements. Ada's magnification increases from 1.9x to 2.2x, while both equip and unequip times are faster, making it smoother to swap into and out of engagements. The Aphelion also receives meaningful buffs. Its reload time drops from 4, 5s to 3. 5s, time between shots shrinks from 0, 9s to 0. 7s, its vertical recoil is cut roughly in half, and 80s settle speed improves by about 35%, all of which help it feel more competitive, especially in PvP. Overall, the goal seems to be reducing the dominance of cheap, overpowered guns, and making skill expression matter. More paced shots now do better than spam clicking, and heavier or more rare weapons are given space to shine in the new stormy meta. Translation: you can't play lazy anymore. Positioning is more important than tanking damage, and that design choice becomes really obvious when you see the new Raider deck. The new Surgeon Raider deck might be one of the best free cosmetics we've gotten in this game, and I don't mean good for free. I mean legitimately top-tier aesthetic, clean design, sharp silhouette. That clinical, tactical look fits the storm survival theme perfectly. It actually feels like a reward, not filler content, which makes what they did in the store even more confusing. The new Volari skin costs 1,600 Raider tokens, and honestly, it just doesn't hit. The design lacks impact, lacks personality, and doesn't even match the intensity of the event theme. So somehow they created one of the coolest skins in the game for free, but the real money skin feels forgettable. That contrast is wild. But hey, at least everyone can run the Surgeon look without spending money, and players are noticing that difference fast. Back to gameplay, because this is where the update really matters. Storm survival now revolves around 3 things: movement routes, resource conservation, and timing engagements around storm pressure. If you fight inside hurricanes without an exit plan, you're already losing resources. And here's the mistake I keep seeing players make. Players are treating storms like cover. They're not. Storms are a resource tax. Every second inside costs shield energy. So even if enemies can't see well, you're still losing the long fight. The smartest play is to dip in for repositioning, then get out. Think of hurricanes as temporary tactical tools, not save zones. The update also adjusted several mechanics that were dominating fights, including gear interactions and encounter balance that previously favored defensive playstyles. And the community reaction is mixed. Some players love the added pressure. Others feel the storm mechanics punish preparedness too heavily, especially with shield drain stacking so quickly. But from a design perspective, it clearly pushes the game toward faster, riskier engagements, which honestly fits the extraction tension perfectly. This update shows the direction Embark Studios wants: less bunker gameplay, more movement, and more decision pressure. And when a system makes players rethink their entire loadout strategy, that's not a small patch, that's a meta shift. But there's one final thing players need to watch. If shield drain stays this aggressive, expect mobility builds and resource-efficient loadouts to dominate future matches, meaning players who adapt early will win more fights not because of aim, but because of planning. And honestly, that's a much more interesting survival loop. So here's the real question. Did this update make storms more exciting, or just more expensive to survive? If you've played Shrouded Sky already, I want your experience below. And if you want more breakdowns that actually help you survive in Arc Raiders, stick around. More coming soon.